The content of this radio show is to provide information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered advice or a recommendation. Thing or Two About Life, Total, is an adult podcast and recommended for mature audiences only. No content from the radio show can be used without the permission of Thing or Two About Life, Total. Thank you.
I am so into me, but I can learn a thing or two from you. I can weather the storm all by myself, but I'm so glad I got a total crew.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of Thing or Two About Life. It is the Total Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mario, and I am joined by the fam, lovely, beautiful people that I consider to be friends as well. Welcome. Before we get started, I just want to tell y'all, follow us out there everywhere. Social media is at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to that. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Y'all heard me say this spiel a million times, but it must mean I really want you to do it if I keep saying it. Don't forget you can go to the website as well. totalview22.com. totalview22.com. Go to the email address, totalview22@gmail.com. And as the show go along, we'll remind you, at least once or twice as well. But let's just get right into it tonight, y'all. We're going to get everybody a chance to introduce themselves. And as usual, we let our man Lee Jack start this thing off. How you doing, bro?
It is going. You have what to say, people, how everybody going? Mr. Lee Jack, a.k.a. Triple H, a.k.a. Mr. Make It Do What It Do, in the building.
You starting to get a lot of names, Lee Jack.
I know, right?
Also, we got J9 in the house. Janine, how you doing, lovely lady?
Hey, how's everyone? Known as J9. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, there she is. And we have, for all our feline furry friends, one beautiful young lady, Miss Marlena. What's going on?
Go Panthers! I just had to say that because I might not get to say it again. Meow! How's everybody? Welcome, cat mamas and cat daddies. Go back out and bring a friend if you have not done that. And just come on in and have some fun with us this evening. Meow!
All right, and do exactly what she say do. We're going to have J9 come get you. She looking to be married, so for all y'all people out there, she open for invitations. Producer, our resident everything lady, Miss Andrea, beautiful woman. How you doing?
I'm good, Mario. I hope everyone enjoys the show tonight. My voice is kind of in and out, but I'm gonna do what I can do. Like Mario said, check us out. Go to the website, totalview22 at gmail.com. That's the email. And, hit us up sometime.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, excuse no. See, you really wasn't supposed to understand.
Lord have mercy.
God. Can we stop and start over?
That's a total view 22 at gmail.com and totalview22.com is the website.
All right.
There you have it. All right, yep. Marlena, you just signed up for a new job.
No, I didn't. I'm just trying to help out for today.
Okay, all right, we got you. We'll see. All right, another beautiful young lady as well, Mama D. What's going on?
Suki now. Welcome to my playhouse with the Rugrats. We all ready to go. So come on in, play with us.
All right, all right. So we're gonna get this thing started, and we're gonna ask a question right off the bat. If now sometimes when people get married and they get divorced and new people move in, new people move out. Well, when you first get married and that person is moving into your house, Leon, are you putting them on your mortgage or no?
No. If
Did you think about it?
He did say, no.
Well, if you ain't put on the mortgage, we can go get something together. You know what I purchased before I met you, or before I got with you, is mine. Anything after we get together is ours. So yeah, we can go get something together. But no, as far as what I got right now, that's mine.
Even though y'all getting married, and she say, "Baby, we're gonna make your home our home, turn this house into a home." I think I should be on the mortgage.
No, yeah, we're gonna go get a mortgage together, a new mortgage together, not this one. This one will go up for rent or I'll sell it or something, but no, as far as going together on this,
So that's a hell to the no for Lee Jack.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, Andrea, same thing to you. You the guy move in, y'all all in love, get married. You putting them on the mortgage?
Am I gonna put them on the mortgage? Now, do you really want my answer to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Hell no.
Hell no, I ain't putting no damn body on my.
See,
You might only be there. You
she
might
said he
only
can
be
pay
there
those
3
mortgage.
days.
He ain't
But
getting
you
put on.
can, I'm not gonna put your name on the mortgage, but you can pay the mortgage.
See, told you.
You
Now,
pay it.
what if this
Wait
was
a
flipped
minute.
around? You moved into his house. Would you want him to put you on the mortgage?
Hell yeah, it's more than right.
Damn.
I'm sorry, that's sounding like a double standard right there, if I ever heard one.
Right.
That sounds more like a selfish standard. That's what it sounds
It's
like.
not being selfish. That's not being selfish. How is that being selfish? I'm just making
I'm
sure.
sorry, how is it not being selfish?
I'm making sure that we're all secure.
Ain't that's what he gonna say when he move into your house? I want to make sure we all secure.
No, we already secure when you move into my house. See, I might have to help you catch up on your shit. See, if that's the case, then I need to go on the mortgage. See, mine, you ain't got to help with none of that. But you can't come in and start paying it.
If I gotta help her catch up on her shit, we ain't getting married.
Hey, money can buy love, okay?
Can't go by you.
Wait a minute, time out here. I would like to throw a flag on the play. We did a whole podcast about can money buy love, right or wrong, y'all?
That's correct.
Yes.
And Andrea specifically said that money cannot buy love.
That was back then. This is now. You can't go off the past. What was said in the past.
You gotta remember, Mario remember everything, and who said it?
We had a whole debate.
What's said in the past is said in the past. You can't do that. You can't bring up the past.
Can't bring it past your thought process and changed since that podcast. Huh?
I don't even recall that podcast. I think dude just tripping.
Oh, okay. Marlene, I'm pretty sure you recall that podcast because you had some very strong things to say about money can't buy love. You say money, but that's buying affection. That's buying coochie, but money cannot buy love. I remember that specifically.
You're right. I said it.
Yeah. And so did she. So Lee, wait, let me double back real quick. So Lee Jack, flip it around. If you were moving into her house, would you want to be on the mortgage or are you still taking the same position?
Same stance, goddamn it. Because look, you might have got this house
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me say this though before you go. I'm just playing. Y'all know I believe. I don't know. Honestly, no. He cannot go on my mortgage. No, I cannot go on his mortgage. But I just had to get some laughs in somewhere. Sorry. Love y'all.
She don't want to be the whipping boy. That's all. That's why she changed her mind.
Right.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is backtracking at its finest.
She getting ready to get run over by number 12 is what is gonna happen.
So Janine, I'm saying to you, you going on his mortgage? Can he go on your mortgage when y'all get together?
Well, I'm not getting ready to go back into, my papers and put. No, I'm not. He's not going on my mortgage, and it's okay if he lives with me without being on my mortgage. And if I was to move with him, I don't have to go on his mortgage either.
Okay. So in these particular situations, nobody believe in the ties that bind, because if a person don't feel invested in something, you don't think it make it easy for them to just walk away from it?
I can walk away. I can walk away. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't
You
care
looking
about
at it from the backside of it.
Yeah, I can get my own. It's okay. But I mean, we married, so we stand together. So be prepared. Will you be my wife? Yes, I'll be your wife. We stand together. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Damn.
I guess it don't get no more clear than that. All right, Marlena, what's your position on this?
I think that's a conversation that needs to be had between the two parties, because if one party has been in that house for a really long time and has paid most of the mortgage, no, they may not feel like that they need to add their spouse onto it because they have practically paid for the house, But if it's something that, maybe that person was in maybe a year or two down in mortgage, maybe it's a new house that he or she just bought, and they maybe paid the mortgage for a couple of years, they may want to add their spouse on to it. But that's just that's what I would do. If I hadn't been paying the mortgage long, yes, I would add my spouse on. But if I have been paying that mortgage for years and I've almost paid for the house, no, I would not.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with what Leon said, because a lot of times when you let's say I move in with the woman, and when she started talking about if things don't go right, putting you out, because once I decide I'm moving in with you, I'm bringing all my shit, I'm divesting myself of where I used to stay, giving up my apartment or whatever house or whatnot. We got to go get something fresh. We got to go get something with our name on it, because sometimes, and I ain't saying y'all, but sometimes women be quick to tell motherfucker get out.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. I want to be able to say, you can say get out all you want, but my name on this business, I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Oh,
I wouldn't say that though. We married. Yours is mine. Mine is yours.
So men are quick to tell women to get out. What men don't tell women to get out?
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. No. Men do that. Men do. But what I'm saying is, if I'm telling you, women will do that quicker.
Yeah,
Yes.
we will.
Women would do
I
that
agree.
quicker. You know what I'm saying? They would tell your head to get out in a minute. I pay the bills here. My name is on this or this, you know. Lord no, let her ass put a car or something in your goddamn name. You'll be on that number 12 in a heartbeat. So you know, what about you, Miss Donetta? What's your position on this?
I agree with Marlena. That is a conversation that the two would need to talk about before they get into the bond of marriage. Because there are a lot of extenuating circumstances. One, in fact, could be that there may be some children. And that person may have that house willed to the children. um, and I also agree with Leon. You know, we can do something together.
Right.
We can take on a mortgage together to live in the house, because it's hard moving into someone else's house and not being invested and making it feel like it's your own.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, that's just common, especially for a woman who likes to nest in the home. You know, that's kind of hard. I'm not saying it can't be done, because I could do it, but it's hard. And if we're going to get married, then we need to decide whether or not he's going to keep the house, rent it out, or sell it, or whatever. And I wouldn't even encourage him to sell his house, because that's something that he worked for, you know,
Yeah.
before he met me. But then we can take on something together and be happy.
Yeah. And a woman, in fact, is what makes a house a home. And if she is not comfortable securely with making that house her home, then it's just not good. You know, it's not good.
They may want to move. They may want to change the draperies and change the color of the walls. And, you know, he's saying, well, this is my house and I picked that out. And, well, my mama or my sister picked it out. And
Yeah.
that's the way it's going to be. She's not going to be comfortable in that house.
Right.
I don't know no man in his right mind would be hung up on her want to change draperies and,
There are
and
some.
paint colors.
Oh,
I'd be
yes,
like,
there
there
shit.
are some.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
I'd be
there
like, all
are.
right.
Yes.
There's some men that has had deceased wives. I know of one now that he and his wife couldn't get along, because my wife had those specially made. They're designer draperies. That was 40 years ago. They heavy. They need to be clean. They don't go with anything, you know. And she could hardly barely. She had her own place, and she could barely bring anything else up in that house, because the house was full, and he wasn't willing to get rid of anything. And they had adult children, and I had suggested to her, I said, well, maybe you need to ask if any of the kids want to have those things. And they said, that's my mama's house, and that's just the way we used to seeing the house. The house gonna stay just the way it is. So.
And see, in that case, that's when I would have had to go.
And that's why I said conversations need to be had ahead of time to see where your comfort level is.
Communication is the key. I agree with you.
Yeah, with making the move. You know what you are, what your go ahead is and what your limitations are.
Right.
Because if I can't make the house feel like my home too, then I don't want to move in. I don't want to move in there, you know, and I, you know, and I can't marry you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an unreasonable man at that particular point. If he unreasonable about that, then that's going to spill over into other things too, because I wouldn't be so tied to things that you know, if she's passed on, and I will allow you to keep some memorabilia, some mementos and stuff like that. But if you asking a new woman to come in there, no woman wants to be in a house that where you constantly telling me stories about what she did when she got that, or we was here when she got. You don't want to hear that shit every day,
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would, like you said, I would ask the kids, hey, look, if you care about your mama like that, take some of this stuff to your house, put it up that way, you know, you can, but I got to move on. And like I said, you mourn the dead, but at some point, if you still here, you got to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was that sometimes the kids, they grown. You got to let them live their life too. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like that, it's supposed to be like Outkast and Miss Jackson. You and your mama can go and get the hell on. So you know what I'm saying? Cause I can't live in there like that. I refuse to do it.
Yeah.
Pictures still up everywhere. Like I said, I will allow you a few momentum because that you did have a life before me. I will honor and respect that. But it's a point we gotta stop at.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So here's the next little scenario. Andrea gave us a couple scenarios, but I got one that I wanted to get everybody's opinion on. This guy took out a woman to the Cheesecake Factory. She drove her car, he drove his car. They went, they had a good time, they laughed, and he thought everything was flowing smooth and it was great. The bill came and it was for $77. So he paid the bill, no problem. But when it got down to the tip part, he said the lowest tip on the thing was $13. You know, the percentage wise, you know how they give you percentages, you know. So he said he put a $10 bill up there. And when the waiter came, the waiter said thank you and took the bill and went on. And then the lady said, why didn't you put the $13 up there? And he was like, well, the 10 is all I, you know, had as far as cash. He was like, if you want to, you're welcome to go in your purse and put the extra $3 up there. So he said from that particular point, she caught an attitude. So when they came back and got ready to leave, she grabbed her purse and proceeded to walk out, didn't say bye, didn't say nothing. He was like, wait a minute. I'll walk you to your car. So he got ready to walk her to her car. He said she parked by the food court. He parked over by Target, which I guess on the other side of the mall. So he got to the car. She said, thank you. And by the way, lose my number.
Wow.
And he said that was the longest walk he ever had back to his car all over. He didn't pay the $13 on the tip, and she didn't want to pay the extra $3. And Miss Donetta, how would you feel? What went wrong? I don't understand. What was she mad about? The $3 that she thought he was cheap. I'm trying to get what was the disconnect here after having a good dinner.
I'm assuming that she thought he was cheap. If it were me, I would have just added the $3. It's not a big deal. You don't know what that man's pocket was like. I mean, you know, yes, he did ask her out. And yes, they ate. And apparently she ate what she wanted. He didn't give her no, you know, how much she had to spend. She had a limit on what she spent. And I've noticed that most of the restaurants now are putting how much they want for gratuity, which is fine. But he put the most of it on there. It was just $3.
Right.
And again, he could have been between paychecks. There are a lot of parameters there. I would have just put the $3 up there and I wouldn't even have said anything. If I saw him there, they said $13 and he put 10, I would have just discreetly gone in my purse, put a 3 or a 5 up there and call it a day.
Okay. All right. Leon, if this happened to you, where would you sit on this? I mean, where would you be thinking you did, bro? He said that was the longest walk he had back to his car, trying to figure out where the hell it went wrong.
Now, let's hold on to your seats, ladies.
Back to the seatbelt. More like it.
First off, let's go back to the whole tip part. Given that they had a $13 tip on there, depending on the service is what I leave my tips based on.
Me too.
The service if the service was good, okay, you can get whatever, whatever I got in my pocket. If it was mediocre to all right, you're gonna get, a standard tip. If it was horrible, hell, you might not even get a goddamn tip. I'm just saying. So his waiter might have had, been okay, and he gave him $10, and he was like, okay, $13, $10. Hell, like you say, $3 ain't gonna kill him. But if she has felt some kind of way about it, like you said, she should have just went in her purse and gave the $3, or like he suggested, hey, if that's 10 is all I had, extra on me. I didn't have no more ones or nothing like that. Then, hey, put $3 up there. For her to grab her purse and walk out like that, and then get to her car and say, lose my number. Lose your number.
What I tell you, I told you to hang on, y'all. I told you to hang on.
Woo.
He ain't done.
It'd have been some choice words out in that parking lot.
There you go. There you have it.
Because first of all, what in the hell happened in that little incident that made the whole demeanor about you change? I personally, I would have wanted to know, what is your issue with the $3? Is it that you ain't got no money, or you don't want to be? What is it? I mean, because
You ain't got $3.
Yeah, you hollering about $3. I mean, what is it? I asked you to put it. I didn't have it on there. Could you add just $3? You can't put on $3 for me. What's that? I didn't put out almost 100 for you, and you can't put out $3 for me.
Oh Lord, that's my Leon. I'll tell you.
So what you been? You cheat? You broke? You ain't got no money? That goes back. That goes back to the girl that got flued out across the country, and goddamn wouldn't give it up, and then had to sit in the airport for 3 days waiting for somebody to send her some money. Girl, don't start this with me, because I had to put gas in my car to get here. Put almost $100 on you to eat, with $10 down for a tip. Look, something got to give. You might well get in your car and follow me. We're gonna go over here and handle this right here, right now. Come on, let's go.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna lose somebody.
Where did he go with that?
Hey, I mean,
We gonna
it's
lose
his
somebody.
perspective. Something disconnected. I don't know what that was. Was she using him for the, just any excuse to just, you know what I'm saying, using him for the meal, or what? How you feel, Janae?
Well, first of all, when the waiter comes, they usually put it there, and maybe the person might not let you see it. So I wouldn't have even looked. But just in case I looked and I saw that he put the $10 down, I wouldn't have said anything. I would just went right in my purse, gave the extra $3, or if I didn't have $3, whatever, 15, whatever, I would just put the little extra money down.
Most time when you take women out for the first time, and most women don't give a fuck what that bill is, or looking at it or whatnot. All she want to know is, can you handle it? You got it. You got this. Right. She don't care what you tipping. Long as you got it, she ain't got to reach in her purse for shit. She ain't right. Bitching about what you tipping that person.
Right.
What that's about you, Andrea?
Even pick it up unless
Yes, that's what I said. Most women, when that thing come, and it depends on if you got a good weight or not, and he kind of been peeping out what's what. He just, as most waiters assume the man got it. They'll kind of put it in the middle of the table, but slide it a little toward the man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if the waiter didn't bat an eye or seemed like he was gracious with the $10, why you care?
True.
I mean, all right, Andrea, yo, go.
I mean, I agree with everybody else. I would have just given a little $3 tip, even though I am a person that don't carry cash, I would have put it on one of my cards, but I would have given more than just the $3 if he was an all right waiter or whatever. But whoever did that, she was very fucking selfish. I just want to put that out there. That was very selfish and very stupid. You know, you go out with somebody and then tell them to lose their number because they don't put down a extra $3 for the tip. You're stupid. You're very selfish. You didn't get some home training or something somewhere.
All right, Marlena, what's your take?
See, I thought I thought she was very selfish. Yes, not to pay it, and very immature to get an attitude about it. But here's my thing. When you ask a person out, because this is what I do when I ask somebody out. I ask them out. I take them where I know I can afford the dinner, the tip, the drinks, the what have you. If I ask someone out, I'm paying. I'm paying for everything because I asked them out. I don't expect them to pay for anything. So I make sure that I can cover what dinner, drinks, and tip is going to be. Because this is what I expect when somebody asks me out.
Yeah. Are you the type of woman that when the bill comes, you look at it or you don't? Because when I'm taking somebody out and I'm paying, I never say, like when we decide, okay, we done here, we about to go, and I ask the waiter or the waitress and say, can I get the bill? I don't never say, can we get the bill? You know what I mean? I say, can I get, so you know when you come back who to directly hand it to, you know what I mean? Right. Are you the type that if they just sit it on the table, you grab it, open it up and see how much it was?
No,
I'm talking about if the man taking you out. No, if the man taking you out.
No, I don't.
Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is how she got to the point where she know what the tip and all this was. She took the bill and opened it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she picked it up and looked at it. That's why.
Oh, so she knows this fuck.
Yeah, so
well, didn't he? Wait a minute. Now, in this scenario, didn't he tell her that it was $13, or could she pay the other $3? He had 10.
Told him. She noticed that he didn't put the $13 up there. He just put.
Oh, okay. She just noticed that he didn't put it up there.
So she had to look at the bill.
She had to look at the bill. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, so if you feel that way about it, go in your pocketbook and get an extra $3. And then from that point, she caught an attitude.
Yeah, she was.
But what you looking at the bill for if you ain't planning on paying any of it?
Exactly.
Right.
Yep, that's what I say too.
Like I said,
that's what I say.
Nosy as fuck.
And instead of getting the attitude or anything like that, you could just say, well, I don't have the $3.
Right.
You know. And that's it. Just don't pay it. What you getting the attitude for?
Yeah, all she had to say, I ain't got $3, but he be good with that 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Where we going?
Yeah, where we going?
Christ.
Your place or mine?
I would have just paid it. I mean, and because I had a good evening with this cat. You know what? Right. They had a good evening. You know, they was laughing and talking or whatever. And I might want to go out with him again. So I ain't gonna be stupid. I mean, you might be walking away from the best thing that ever happened to you.
Right.
But you teach a person how to treat you by treating them that way. When you take a person out and show them what you will do, then they will learn the next time. Oh, I need to have my shit together, because when she took me out, she paid for every damn thing. or her or
What's
him.
the weight of her damn cousin? I mean,
But see, the
did she
question
promise to
is,
wait? We coming up here now. Oh, here's a big tipper, girl. He gonna tip you right, and
right.
he didn't do it. I just don't know. All right, Miss Dinetta, what you got to say about this?
I must have missed it. Have we gone to another question? I'm sorry.
No, we don't say
No, we still on the same question.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I wouldn't have ever looked. I wouldn't have ever looked at the receipt unless it was in my eyesight. If it was in my eyesight, yeah, I would glance at it and then notice that it said $13 and he only gave 10. Then again, I would just put the $3 up there.
see,
But she sounded like a control freak.
she had to
Yeah.
be studying that goddamn receipt pretty fucking hard to see it was $13 tip on a $77 bill. Because you ain't gonna see all that at a glance now. Come
Nope.
on.
No. And
You got to pick
you're
that
right.
thing up
Not
and look at it.
Not unless they put it in front of you. I agree with you, Lee. Unless they put it in front of you.
Yeah.
And secondly, if he only had $10 left in his whole pocket, I would offer to pay the whole damn tip because he just paid for dinner. He only has $10 left in his pocket.
Right. I've done that too.
And so
I'll be
I
like,
would've
you
said,
got the
no,
dinner. I got the tip. Don't worry about that. I got the tip.
You got the dinner. I get the tip.
Now,
And usually that's the way most dinners go. You know what I'm saying? Where if y'all got some type of rapport, most women will be like, I got the tip. And sometimes you don't require that, but a lot of decent women will do that if that's what you require. And most men will be like, no, I got it through and through. But on the flip side of that, she lucky she ain't get no food, because once you say lose my number, she lucky that man just to say, you know what? Tonight is the night I throw my life away. Cause I'm gonna cuss her motherfucking ass out.
Right.
Wow.
I'd have been like, don't call me hungry.
Cause that's some bold stuff to do. Cause the better protocol would have been just maybe not answer his calls no more and all of that. You don't know who you dealing with right there. You don't know.
That's true. Look, in a secluded mall parking lot too. Oh yeah.
Right. You come up missing.
Right.
And she didn't even get a man a ride to his car.
And then she didn't. Right.
I would have waited. If I was going to do that, I would have waited. I would have given him a ride to his car. And as he was getting out my car, if I was going to do that, I was like, okay, player, you can lose my number. You ain't got to call me.
She didn't want him to
She
get
was
in her
finna
car.
leave his ass there. She wasn't trying to have him get in the car. He had to say to her, wait a minute, I ain't that type of dude. I ain't gonna just let you walk around. I'm gonna walk you to your car. So he was a decent dude.
He was.
Yeah.
Even though she grabbed her person and was trying to get the fuck up out of there. Boy.
Leon, would you have let her walk out?
You know he would have.
See, I was being decent and trying to be a gentleman and things, and didn't know the evening had made that turn like it did. No, I wouldn't have let her just walk out the door and walk to her car like that. But if I had caught the inkling that it had turned like that,
what I said,
you know what? You better hope I don't get to my vehicle and follow you to yours and goddamn ram this shit out of your shit, okay?
Oh my God.
Wow.
We on the private parking lot. Your insurance cover your shit, my insurance cover my shit. Deuces.
You see, I told y'all he was crazy.
Oh, Lord.
And as he leaves, he says deuces. How about that?
Deuces. Deuces.
To let you know I'm still a gentleman.
Yep, because I can pay for my shit. Can you pay for yours?
Wow.
Thank
Leon.
Oh, child. Maybe I'll listen to me next time.
Hey.
All right, we got another one. We got another one. This is one Andrea had put up. Would it be an issue if you were dating somebody and y'all started getting real cool, and you find out that they're taking care, they're the main primary financial provider for their mama or dad, would that be an issue for you, Janine?
No, it wouldn't be an issue.
But if they decide, okay, we're going to live together, either you come to me, I come to you, but guess what? My mom or dad has to come because I'm the major financial provider for them.
Well, it depends on, it depends. Well, no, I mean, his mother and dad, they didn't have no money. They couldn't, take care of themselves.
I mean, I ain't no footnotes to the question, but I mean, I'm just assuming if they've made financially, just something must have went wrong, or maybe they might be sickly or something. The question is it an issue for you?
It wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't be an issue.
Okay. What about you, Ms. Dinetta? Would it be an issue for you?
Not at all. Not at all. If it's somebody that I'm really into and maybe hoping that I would be a part of that family too, then sure, I would help take care.
Y'all are some really kind, loving people. What about you, Marlena?
I don't know about that.
Me either.
I knew he was going to say it.
It's a lot of variables go into that. Yeah, it's a lot of variables.
Yeah, it's a lot going into that. I don't know if I want to be responsible for helping taking care of somebody else's parents. I wouldn't mind, but I don't know if I would want to take care of somebody else's. So I can't say that. That's a bridge that I would have to cross when I get there.
But being responsible for somebody else's parents and helping that child, I mean, that person that you're dating assist in them, that's totally different. Now, would I take on the responsibility of being the caretaker? No. But I have enough knowledge about, because I used to be a caretaker. I used to do private duty home care. I mean,
I know how to do it.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it would not be your total responsibility, but you can help along the way. And sometimes they need, as you well know, it's hard being a caretaker for parents. And sometimes they need that push, a little uplifting word, a little loving word, or whatever. And I mean, I'm sure you would be able to do that. And when he says take care, if it means that they have to live in the house, I don't have a problem with them living in the house, because I'm not going to be the one that's totally taking care, of the parents. I'm sure that he'll have somebody there to do that, or he would have siblings to come and do that. I would assist, but I would not be the caretaker, if that's what you're asking. Was that the question? If we would be the caretaker?
It just says that it would be an issue if they was the main one solely financially responsible for taking care
right.
The parent.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, not at all.
Okay.
So
what about
does it say they're moving in?
I mean, I'm assuming if y'all get together and stuff like that, that they may either you moving in there, they moving in with you.
Okay. Well, since you just assuming,
where they going? You the sole financial provider. Where they going?
They live with you, and they don't necessarily have.
I mean, do they live with you now? Because see, I didn't plan on staying at home once my kids got grown. And when I want to get up and move, I want to get up and move. And if that's gonna be a problem, me getting up, leaving whenever I want to go somewhere, then no, I don't want to do it. But if no, I don't mind helping out. I don't mind helping out, but I don't want to be obligated to help out.
I'm gonna just say this: some in-laws you don't want to fuck with when ain't nothing wrong with them.
That's true.
You know,
That is true. That is true.
so they could be perfectly fine or nothing. You don't even want to see them then, let alone being in the house with them every damn day. Nope, pass. And I'm saying that because I'm totally jaded from my personal experiences, but I'm just saying.
Ah,
If I was the type of person who really won't stay home with the house,
And then what if-
didn't really care about, trying to go live my life, in some other, in Puerto Rico or Mexico or somewhere, and come back a couple of weeks later or something like that, whatever.
But what if it was the type of person that is the type of person where always quoting what my mama said, what my dad has said, and then they constantly in y'all relationship 24/7 oversight.
that's not gonna work. That's not gonna
You know
work.
what I'm
see-
saying? You feeling like you a prisoner in your own home because
That's not gonna work.
everything got to be ran by this particular person.
Right.
Well, if they sick and they ain't financially responsible for themselves, you can't tell me jack. So I don't mean no disrespect, Mom. You need to stay in your place.
See, you can say that. It's a lot of people cannot find themselves to say real things to their parents.
Right.
No matter how old they are, you still see them as, your parents, and therefore you should honor thy mother and thy father. Some people really
I honor
believe
my
that.
mother and thy father, but you know what? You got to honor me too. You're not in your place. You're in my place. You're in the place of me and my husband. This is our home.
Mhm.
You can say
True.
what you say. You can voice your opinion. I don't have a problem with that. You need to do it respectfully. And then I'm going to tell you, when you're done, you're out of place. It's not your business.
Oh, okay. Well, that right there, I could respect. Andrea, what's your thoughts on this?
Um, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but like it depends. It just depends on how the in-law is and all of that. If they got a little funky ass attitude, no, I ain't gonna be able to do that. But that's just something I have to figure out once I come to that. I really don't have an answer for
that's
that.
a hard thing. That's a hard decision to kind of make. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to try to help you, but I also have to look at the fact that what if me and this person don't get along? I'ma still do whatever I can to help you, but I am gonna keep in so many ways keep my distance from that situation. Try to keep my distance from it, but still try to help you in a sense, if that makes sense. If I can.
Ooh. And me and them don't get along, it's a done deal from the beginning, because I'm not gonna live in my home unhappy and uncomfortable, because I know I'm in the house with somebody who don't care for me, and I really don't care for them. And then that's when you really have to watch your tongue. And
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why I just basically say that's just something I have to see.
You really have to watch your tongue.
Cause I be said something.
And see,
Okay.
you know me, I'd be like,
All right, Lee Jack, bro.
my black ass going I see y'all, I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to the Caribbean for a week. I ain't been bothered with y'all asses.
Well, see, and then that's gonna start to drive a wedge once you start feeling like, okay, the way I'm gonna deal with this is not be here. And
not
then once
here.
you start not being there, then you might as well truly not be
there. Well, that's why I said
this is what Right. A conversation, if it's a bad situation, a conversation needs to be had. For one, a conversation needs to be had about, okay, let's talk about what's going wrong here. I mean, I want to try to help you with your parent, but just can't. I just can't function like this. We got to get some type of control, some type way.
Yeah. All right, Lee Jack. It's time for your always very interesting perspective on things.
Well, let's say I've seen a couple of these situations before. And after seeing them, and like let me say, for example, in one situation, the person is financially responsible for their parent. They can't, like you said, make a move in the house, can't do anything in the house without the parents saying, okay, no, I don't want that done because this the way I didn't had it for years.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with that. If I'm the financial provider for you, then if whatever I say, if I want to change something, make something happen, or make something different, make some, better improvement in the house, you really ain't got to say so in what's going on, other than, well, it probably needed it. It's been like that for years, and I should have been and had it done. Another situation, this person can't even have a key to the front door. If they go out of the house to go somewhere, they have to call their parent to order to get back in the house when they come.
What?
Oh no.
What the hell?
Oh no.
What the hell? You
In
can't
their
even,
own house?
and the parents' house that they came to stay in, that they financially being responsible for. Yeah, they won't even give them a key to the house.
Oh no.
Right.
I tell you what, I let the ass live in the dark for a little bit. I can't get no key. Lights off.
Then I have seen situations where they become financially responsible for their parents because their parents have other issues like alcoholism, or they had a run of bad incidents where they lost jobs or something like that. Okay, if you have issues like that, like alcoholism, or lost a job, okay, that lets me know if you're an alcoholic, then that means that you need to have somebody take care of you, or be a financial provider for you. Then you need to be trying to find ways to help and improve your situation so that you can become more financially stable on your own. And then, you should be working towards that, but they don't want to do that. They want to continue to lie and wallow in their own self-pity or self-denial and let that person be financially responsible for them. Same way with the job situation. At some point, your children can't be financially responsible for you, or shouldn't be financially responsible for you. If you fall into a situation where you need them to be financially responsible for you, lean on them for a little while. And once you're able to get on your feet and get back out on your own, because that's what you have taught your children to do all their life. Stand on your own 2 feet, be a man, be a woman. So as far as being financially responsible for somebody's parent, I could see it for a little while, but just for a long-term thing, nah, I can't do that. It's not in the cards.
Okay. See, I agree with you. Let's say when you first meet somebody and y'all trying to chill, and they say y'all in the little honeymoon phase. I want to be able to enjoy you and enjoy what we doing. and stuff like that. But if we get in a situation, you tell me that every time I come see you or something like that, your mom there, and then when we say we getting serious, then your mom gotta come. It's almost like y'all are kind of being in a relationship with one hand tied behind your back from in the beginning.
You're in a
So
relationship with two people.
yes, that's what I'm saying. You never really get the full experience because the mama or the dad is always going to be, have hand and say into what you're doing. If y'all
Yeah.
go into a house together, the parent, especially if it's a man, a father, has to take the back burner and realize this man's house. You know what I'm saying? You can't come here trying to do this. You can't come here trying to do that. The man in you needs to play a back role and say, okay, my daughter with him, this his house. And truth be told, I'm lucky to be here because he could be like, no, I don't know what's going on, but he can't come here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you in somebody else's house, play your role, do your part, and call and when you call upon, then have something to say. But don't come in there trying to assert your dominance because y'all know, like I know, when y'all women are the head of a household, say you let your sister come. She can't come in here trying to be the alpha woman. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have problems.
Right.
That's why they be saying like a lot of women can't stay in the house together. Let's say when y'all kids, you could do it, but when y'all grow up, too many different women, I'm telling you that shit ain't gonna work unless y'all a special group of type of women. And then after a while, the same with men. Once everybody think they alphas, that shit ain't gonna work. So I mean, it could be done, but it takes a very special and loving and patient person. And the woman, like Leon said, has to say, you know what, Pop, Mom, I want to try to help you get to a point, provided they ain't sick or nothing, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I want to try to help you get to a point where I can at least find you some assisted living or somewhere that's a community where you could be. But this is probably not going to be the long-term fix to this.
Right.
Yeah. So, one last one right here. Let's see. She just put this right here. Leon, this is for the men, and this is a very interesting question. And I mean, and the women can kind of chime in on it and tell us from y'all perspective if y'all see this, disagree, yay or nay. But the question is, if you grew up with a single mom and saw what your mom went through and all the struggles and things like that, why do a lot of men grow up and still disrespect women, have no respect for women after you grow up in a single parent home watching your mama go through what she went through? Why do you think men do that, Leon?
Why do I think they still grow up to disrespect the women? It's
You know,
because,
like,
yeah,
okay, go ahead. Go, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's because after seeing their mother struggle and all those years with them and trying to be a provider and all this other stuff, they get the they don't have the male support, so they don't have the structure that says, okay, I see this how she did this and how she struggled, so I need to stand up and be a man. All they see is the struggle that she went through, and they play that in their mind. Okay, I'm struggling, I need to try to work hard. I'm not working harder, I just need to put the struggle off on somebody else and try to make it easier for me. They don't have I just said a little while ago, they don't have the stand up in them to say, hey, I need to stand on my own 2 feet and build something for me so that I can be stable, that way I can provide for somebody else.
Yep. That's a very valid point. This one right here is a little, you know what I'm saying, personal for me because I grew up like that too, to watching my mama and you know, and to see your mama struggle and to see them nights where, you know, she would be crying and trying to figure out what's going on. It made me go the opposite direction. And then I say to this, and this is I know I joke around, I fuck around a lot, but this is a true ism for me. That's a part of me that's broken that words can't fix. You know what I mean? I know that I got this insatiable need to make sure everything is right when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying? I know I've had women in my life that I should have left, that I should have stopped fucking with, but it's something in me that refused to let her walk away feeling like she disappointed me and I ain't do what I'm supposed to do. I know that's a piece of me that's broken. I know that shit through and through, but it's that part of me that's broken that words can't fix. You can say what you want, but it's something inherent in me that makes me be that way. And I think it comes from watching my mom struggle. And I just got this overwhelming need to feel like not to disappoint the woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know some women take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So that disrespect is because a lot of times we watch our mama go through things and put up with shit that they normally wouldn't put up with, and a little piece of you will watch her and say, why you do that? And then you don't even realize it, but over time, maybe you not consciously but subconsciously start to lose a little respect, and you be saying, that with me, I wouldn't put up with this. That with me, I wouldn't do this. But that ain't you, because she's trying to put food on the table. She trying to keep a roof over your head. So she putting up with shit that you could never understand, that's the weight of what she putting up.
Right.
So then when you get out into the world, you say, well, I saw her go through this, and I ain't gonna never put a woman through that. Cause the one thing you see that you exposed to, and I'm gonna leave it at this, that you tend to say you ain't gonna never do and all that. Sometimes that's the one shit you turn into. You know what I'm saying? When you say, I ain't gonna never do this, I ain't gonna drink, I ain't gonna smoke, I ain't gonna do all this like my dad or this. That's what your ass end up eventually becoming, and you don't even realize it. It just happens. So the disrespect part comes in because we feel that we saw our mama take a lesser step back to deal and cope. And so we feel like if my mama can take this bullshit, I could give it to anybody because that's my mama. And I ain't saying that's the way all men see it, but I'm just saying I don't really understand how they do it because I went the opposite way. I was like, I don't want to see women struggle and all of that. But that's just one theory. I mean, Janine, how do you see that? What do you think of some of the theories on that? Why single men see their mama struggle, then grow up to turn around and disrespect women after they seen what their mama been through?
Well, some of them grow up angry for whatever, maybe because their dad wasn't around. Because I'm just going to speak from what I think how my son did. I think he just looked like at a certain age he just became, and I think he was upset because his dad was not around. That's how I feel. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I feel.
I mean, it's totally your opinion. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just what you think it is. All right, and Andrea, what you think?
Sometimes, it's because that's that's what they see in the home is a man disrespecting a woman. It could come from that. It could come from a lot of reasons, like Janine said, the father not being there, or just being angry at the world for whatever reasons. Uh, Everything affects a child differently. So that's just something that you will really have to sit down and talk to your child or whoever about and see what the problem is. Why are you out here disrespecting women when you know that's not how I raised you or what I taught you?
Okay. Now, do you think it's worse if the father was never there from birth or was dead once upon a time and left?
I think both are bad. Because see, I mean, if you go have a child with somebody, you at least need to be a part of that child's life in any kind of way that you can. regardless to whether you have to go to court to get joint custody and visitation rights. You need to be a part of that child's life. A child needs both parents because one gives something different and the other gives something different. But if a man or woman hasn't been raised right themselves, they can't. Sometimes they can't raise a child right.
That's true. All right. Miss Dianetta, your thoughts?
It's funny that you brought this subject up because Friday evening I was looking at a documentary of Iceberg Slim, and he brought that up in that documentary that his mother at one point owned a beauty shop and was very self-sufficient, and they were living a good life. And the man that she was involved with was a good man and he considered that man a father figure. In fact, he took on that man's last name. Whereas a pimp started dating his mama, and she sold her business, picked him up and took him to Chicago, and she didn't have nothing, and he put her out there on the hostro, and she became a prostitute. And he saw this man beat his mother and did other things, and he said from that he was like, if she will allow a man to control her like that when she was an independent owner of a beauty salon, to get her down to being a prostitute and not having any money and giving him all of her money, then he could do it too. And he said he hated his mama for that. As much as he loved her, he hated it because of the type of life that he lived. And then he went around and he did the same thing. He abused women, and he admitted that. He married one, but he wasn't with her. Then he found a lady that was on the street, and he lived with her as they were married, but they were not, and they had 4 children. So she said she felt abused until finally she said that he told her about his life, because she didn't know what kind of life he had lived, because by that time he was done with the heroin addiction and all of that. And she was the one who typed up the books for him to have published. And she said at one time she had to go out and get a job because he felt like he could just sit on his laurels and be Iceberg Slim, because all he had to do was walk in a club and they knew him as Iceberg Slim, and they would buy him drinks and get him anything else. But he said he had no respect for women. And all because of what he saw his mama go through.
Wow. Yeah. And that's what I was just saying, that sometimes when you see your mom, like I said, if she allow this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the mentality. If she allow this, then I mean, I understand how some men will. Like I said, I went the opposite way, but I understand how men could be that way. All right, Marlena, your thoughts on this subject?
I kind of think that works both ways too. Agreeing with what Dianetta was saying, that young ladies do this same thing. They don't, they take on traits that perhaps they watch their mom do, and being disrespected by men because they watch their moms being disrespected by men, and young boys disrespecting women because they watch their dad disrespect women or watch other men come in and disrespect their parents, their mom. So or in their neighborhoods or whatever. And especially um, these mama boys who don't uh, want to get a job or anything. If they can demand and command a woman to do what they want them to, and go to work and pay the bills and take their money or what have you, then that's what they will do. Um, so yeah, that's basically why, because their environment has taught them just so.
Let me throw one other thing out here. I know growing up, my mama, tried to teach me all the right things and all the, the proper stuff to do. She was a church going person. I always try to be respectful and nice and try to teach me that. But by not having a father in my life, the problem was it was all the wrong people in the neighborhood, the older cats teaching you all the wrong shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't blame my mama. She always tried to teach me the right thing, but it will you OG Tony had your ear more than your mama could ever have your ear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he, taught you about women. And then when you grow up and you realize a lot of shit, once you learn something, get some knowledge under your belt, you realize a lot of shit they told you, my God, you should never, ever fucking listen to. But at the time, he was the OG in the hood and everybody looked up to, and you figure he knew what he talking about. You saw him with the girls driving the car, he had a little money, you know what I'm saying? So you figure like he gotta know what he talking about, right? But that's
Thank
not
God,
necessarily
Mario.
true.
I grew up in a neighborhood that had some wonderful mentors, because most of what I learned about uh, becoming a woman and a lady, I didn't learn at home. Um, about how men are to treat ladies. I grew up in a house full of women, so I had to have some awesome male mentors to really show me, you know, um, how not to be taken in by men who weren't any good, you know. Um, how to watch for certain situations and certain things they might do and say. Because I couldn't learn that at home because I grew up in a house full of women. And even though I was taught some things, you know, not like, like a man could teach me about on how a man does, you know. So
I never adopted this philosophy, but I grew up in the school of women ain't shit, good for nothing but fucking and sucking a dick. I never adopted that philosophy, but that's the environment I grew up in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling you. If you catch an impressionable young kid, young man, and the wrong, put him in the wrong person's hand, a lot of times that's what send them down the wrong path in the wrong direction. And if you would have took that same kid that we say violent now, shoot and kill anything, if you would have put that kid in a different person's hand younger, he probably wouldn't be that kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So not every kid that we say is violent or disrespectful is born of their own volition. Because we tend to think, well, you got your own free will and conscience. You could choose to be what you want. That's true. But you don't realize a lot of parents are shaping these kids, and a lot of uncles and stuff is shaping these kids to be these things we see on the news.
Right.
Right.
My parents, growing up in a house full of women, I knew from a woman's perspective how, to be a lady, but I had to learn from my mentors about guys with their smooth talk and, the things to say. And just because they say they love you and they want you, don't mean that they really do type stuff. I had to learn, through male mentors.
Yeah. just the other day, me and my sons were talking about, he was telling me something about the police and about pepper spray. And I was like, I don't think that's how that really happened, right? But I'm not too comfortable in my own knowledge to say, you know what, this is the way it is. This is the way I think it goes. So what did I do? I get on the phone, call my bro Lee Jack. Say, Lee Jack, is this true? And Lee Jack explained to me, yeah, it's true. So what I'm saying, sometimes when you're teaching your kids, you don't know everything.
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes you need to get them the real true answer to stuff. And what I did, I said, you know what? I apologize. You're right. I didn't know that this is the way it worked. I didn't know that somebody will volunteer to be pepper sprayed in the fucking face. I didn't know that's what they do.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And Lee Jack said that's a real true thing. I was like, wait, part of police training is to volunteer to be pepper sprayed in the face?
Yes.
Aren't they also tased, Lee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why I got on the phone, called a police officer, somebody who would know to get my kids the right answer instead of sending them out in the world with ignorance. Let me
Right.
call somebody who know.
That's right. That's right.
So, and that's
And you
part of the,
know, believe it or not, there is a lot of mentors out there, would be, want to be, could be mentors. Just like you knew someone who was a police officer and he could tell you, you know, exactly what you needed to know about that.
yes,
That's one of the problems of the Black community, and I'll say that.
Yes.
We don't want to reach out because we don't want anybody. Oh, I should know that. I don't want nobody to know. I don't know that. It's nothing wrong. You're not gonna know everything.
Right.
no, you're
Reach
not. You're
out
not.
to your friends. You don't know what your friends. Some people's expertise is one thing. Somebody's expertise is something else. So you need to talk to your friends and find out if it's something that they can do to help if you have a child that needs some help, because you never know. If you reach one, you can teach one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's
why
my
that's why
commercial.
they
I'm
say
sorry, I didn't mean to go out like that, but it made me think of that because we have so many of our children that are being lost because they are not being taught.
Yes.
well, that's why they say it takes a community to raise a kid.
Yep.
And we have gotten away from that. I don't want you saying nothing to my child. You know that, Marlena. You worked in the school. I worked in the
Yep.
school. Parents telling their children, if the teacher
Yes.
say something to you you don't like, you call me. If anything pop off, you gonna call me. You in elementary school, what the hell is gonna be popping off?
Right.
Yep.
But
Yep. Yep. And that's the point I was trying to make, that a lot of kids are being shaped in a way that is not that didn't used to be. Because somewhere right now in America, there's some kid in the woods with his daddy preparing for a war that they keep preaching to their kid is coming, and they need to be prepared for it.
Exactly.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then if something break off, the same kid already know at the age of 10 how to shoot a gun, and a 10-year-old kid who get mad, you think you taught him self-control. He don't. He end up shooting one of his friends or one of his kids because you teaching them, but you teaching them the wrong shit.
Or bringing a
Right.
gun to school and killing a whole bunch of people.
Yes,
Right.
and then I ain't saying you can't teach your kids to shoot and ain't stuff like that, but I think it's an age to that. You can't teach a 10-year-old and have him to know self-control when it comes to high power firearms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's still a kid. And that's all I'm saying, is that we need to just, like she said, teach our kids better, teach them right. And then, now granted, it's gonna be a few sick puppies in the litter, as always is now, regardless of what you do. It's gonna be a few that's the wiring gonna be crossed up. But a lot of them we can reach if we just do a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all.
True.
That's all.
Man, I have a little kindergarten kid, you know, to, I mean, swing on another student. I mean, with vengeance. He swung at this other student. Like, you know, the student was taking everything he owned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and luckily the child moved back far enough just for him to just barely miss his face. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with that? And he was like, well, he's trying to take my paper. And you're swinging on him like that because he tried to take your paper. I'm like, why were you trying to take his paper? He said, I just wanted to see how he colored his picture. I just wanted to see his picture. I wasn't trying to take it. And I'm like, oh my God, I can imagine what goes on in his home for him to just swing on another student, like that just because of a piece of paper.
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, y'all. We gonna wrap this up. Sorry to have to end it like this on this. No, we usually try to end it on something where we laughing and we tripping, but this just happens to be what it is tonight. So Lee Jack, talk to him. Tell him something good.
If you ain't ready to ride the lightning, don't sign up to be a police officer. If you don't want to get sprayed with that mace, don't do that either. But all the other stuff in life, enjoy, participate, and make it do what it do.
Make it do what it do. What you gonna say? Ride that lightning.
Ride the lightning, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness. All right, J9, talk to him. And once again, congratulations on your nuptials, but talk to him.
I just want to thank everyone for joining in. And also, when you take me out and you pay, I'm not looking at the bill. So you're good. If you need that extra tip in there, I'll do it, but I'm not going to look at the bill. So go on and tip them what you want.
I know that's right.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to that.
Marlena, pretty lady, talk to him.
Meow, meow. Hey, guys, look at here. Don't put that nigga name on your house.
Oh, Lord.
You gonna say what I was gonna say.
Oh, my goodness.
Keep your house to yourself. It's yours. It ain't his house. It's yours. Let him get his own house.
Wow.
All night. That's all. You just waited to say that, didn't you?
Right.
So, Andrea, you say she stole your thunder. You got to come up with something else. What you got for?
I'm tapped out now. I mean, she took my mortgage,
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to end it right here at the end. I hope that you guys enjoyed the show tonight. We didn't go too left for you guys tonight or anything like that. Sorry, maybe you'll get that next time. But still check us out. YouTube, that's totalview22.com. Gmail, I don't know what it is tonight, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me help him out one more time.
Hold on, my God.
Wow.
Hit us on
check us out on the website, totalview22.com. And also, if you want to send us messages or anything, make comments, that's at totalview22@gmail.com. You can always hit us up in some type of way. Even if we do screw it up here on while we're recording, we'll get it one day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
One day.
But you did pretty good that time.
I knew she messed up once she said go to YouTube. I knew it was coming.
It was over.
Yeah, you stay can go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
You'll find a whole bunch of total views things that come up, but see if you don't see our little background and all, that ain't us.
Yes, that's not us. Okay, Mama D, take us on up out of here.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming to our playhouse. I tell you, the Rugrats played well together tonight, and nobody was riding in on the number 12. The number
yes, they were.
Who?
Y'all put
And
me on
Drew
the
about to
bus
get
several
thrown up under
times.
that number 12 before she
Hidden
backtracked.
figures, girl. Hidden figures.
Y'all put me on the number 12 several times.
Well, you know,
And Drew
darling,
wants
you
to come
stay
up
on
on
the
the
number 12. You can't help yourself. I say I don't even consider that anymore because you're a regular. Uh, but as you can see, we do play well together sometimes.
Oh man.
The conversation was a little heavy today, but that's okay. You have to get a little twist of it because we are always not very sexual. We are real people and we have real lives and we go through real things. And that you saw tonight. But we're glad that you came to visit us and we'll be waiting to see you next week. Sucky now.
Suck it. All right, y'all. With that being said, we want to thank y'all for tuning in.